What is up, YouTube? It is Doc here, Docky Style Gaming, and I'm back at it again with another Godfall video for you all today. Now, this video is going to be a pretty big one because we are going over all things Valorplates. Now, when I talk about Valorplates, I don't mean the Valorplates individually and all of their individual abilities, but we're going to be talking about the Valorplate system as a whole, all of their different attributes, their roles, Archon modes, elements, crafting, and so much more. So, without further ado, and like always, I'm not going to waste any more of your time. Let's hop straight into all of the Valorplate information. So for those of you who don't know, there are 12 different Valorplates in the game, and they are all Zodiac inspired armor, each with unique individual traits. Of the 12, we know most of them by name, and others we've seen just images of, but the ones we know by name are Silvermane the Lion, Greyhawk the Hawk, Phoenix, which is a phoenix, Hinterclaw the Wolf, Typhon, which is, I guess, a seahorse, or maybe I guess in mythology for that name, it's referred to as a giant serpent, and whenever we see some of the images of the water realm, we also see big statues of Typhon, so seahorse, serpent, let me know in the comment section. Mesa, who is a ram, we have Vertigo, who is the moth, Aegis Horn, which was one of the newest ones shown off, which is a crab according to the devs, but I get more of a crustacean vibe from it. Then we got Armistice, which is, they refer to it as a Viking, but the more I look at it, it's like, is it a deer with antlers, or is it like a stag beetle? Then we have Sirius, which we don't know how he looks, but we got a bit of information on him. Then there's a bull Valorplate, which we still don't know the name of, but we have seen like at least 3 different times. And then there's a 12th one that is still kind of unknown at the moment. Now, with all the Valorplates, there are different elements that each of the Valorplates have. The devs did say that all Valorplates have elemental capabilities. Now, I'm not sure if they are actually corresponding to the glow that each of the armor has, but of the ones that we know of so far are shock, poison, fire, and ice. But the elemental abilities of the ones that we actually know so far are Phoenix, which of course is fire, Hinterclaw, which is ice, Mesa, which is poison, and Vertigo, which is electric. And I'm sure most of you can kind of make guesses on what you think the other elements are for the other Valorplates that we've seen so far. Now, some other things that we did hear about when talking about the Valorplates were that they were split up into 3 different categories. We have our balanced Valorplates, which are our hybrid stat Valorplates. We have our specialized Valorplates, which are our ability / augment specific Valorplates like might, vitality, and spirit. Then we have our exotic Valorplates, which we really don't have any information on as of right now. And I'll get into might, vitality, and spirit in a little bit, but each of these Valorplates, like most looters, have specific roles as well. There's some that have crowd control abilities, some that have DPS abilities, you have your tanks, and you have your support abilities also. Now, along with their wide array of abilities and elements and different roles, they also have Archon Modes. Now, Archon Modes you can pretty much think of as their super, sometimes they're referred to as Archon Fury, and essentially you fill up your Archon Mode meter by killing enemies or breaking urns that drop Ethereum orbs. Now, Archon Modes, like I said, are similar to supers in most looter shooters that can do different things like summoning allies or summoning different weapons. Some even have AoE elemental attacks. Each Valorplate's Archon Mode is unique and also buffs each of the Valorplate's unique traits while active. And one last thing to take note of when it comes to the Archon modes is that there's also triggers involved, which are kind of like conditions that you have to do while you're in your Archon mode that give you either additional buffs to your Archon mode, can extend the duration of your Archon mode, and some other things as well. So that's pretty much Archon mode in a nutshell. So let's hop straight into attributes because that's going to play right into your Augment Constellation skill tree. So when you're playing the game, you'll be able to unlock augments for your Valorplates. All Valorplates have different augments that are reflective of 3 different attributes in the game. You have might, which is for DPS. You have vitality, which is, you know, your tankiness, health, things like that. And then you have spirit, which is for your cooldowns and unique damage sources as well. Now, how these factor into your character's gameplay is in the form of your Augment Constellation skill tree. Now, like I said, each of the augments represent one of the 3 associated attributes. You have your red augments, which is for might, you have your green augments, which is for vitality, and you have your blue augments, which is for spirit. And as of right now, every Valorplate has a unique augment constellation with about 10 or so slots that lets you plug augments into them. And all of these slots on the augment constellation are colored red, green, and blue. Essentially, you have to match your augment color type with the matching constellation color slot. and depending on the Valorplate that you pick, you might have more colors for specific slots. And one of the examples I was given was Aegis Horn, being the more tank and a specialized Valorplate. Most of his constellation slots kind of spec into vitality, secondary being might. So really it's for a lot of tankiness and health because he's a tank character, but then also he gets a bit of might for some additional DPS. Now, Keith Lee also did go on to say that depending on how you arrange your augments on the augment constellation compared to another players, even if you and them are playing the exact same Valorplate, your play styles could be completely different depending on how you arrange your augments on your constellation skill tree. And with that, I pretty much kind of get Warframe vibes from that. Think of your augments kind of like mods. You and somebody else could be playing the exact same Warframe, but depending on how you arrange and spec your mods in, your builds could be completely different. You could have more health on one frame compared to the other. You could have more energy, more strength, things like that. So now that we've pretty much covered a lot of the main aspects that every Valorplate is going to be able to have, let's talk about how we'll actually be able to obtain all of our Valorplates via the crafting system. So according to Keith Lee, we will have to craft all of our different Valorplates in the game. Like I said, there are 12 Valorplates in total, and according to Keith Lee, he said that we will need Valorplate cores and additional resources that drop from enemies, completing missions, chests, and custom game modes while you play through the game. Now, there was mention of Valorplate rarities, but they didn't really go into that too much, so I'm not sure if some Valorplates will be more rare than others, meaning you'll need more resources or rarer resources for them. But again, until we get a bit more information on that, I'm not going to touch on that too much. So when it comes to Valorplates, it's pretty much everything to really take note of. The attributes like your might, vitality, and spirit, the different roles that each of them can have, like crowd control, DPS, your tanks, your supports, the different Archon modes, the elements that each Valorplate will have as well, the augment constellation skill tree, the crafting, and yeah, there's still some things we don't know about, like Valorplate rarities and what exotic Valorplates actually are, but I'm sure we'll learn a bit more about them come closer to the release of the game. So with that, let me know in the comment section what you personally think about all this info, and if you think we're going to be potentially getting some more. I mean, with the game being 2 months out, they still have some time to show off some stuff, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later, because like I mentioned in my previous video, there's still quite a bit of information and things that players and fans are wanting to know about, and they still need to show it off personally before I think they can really secure some fans and people's pre-orders. It's 2 months out and we still haven't seen customization, we still haven't seen the skill tree in action, we still haven't actually even seen mission structure, so there's still a lot they got to show off, and I really hope they start showing stuff off really soon. Like I mentioned in my previous video, now that they've gone gold, they have a disc that pretty much has a functioning running game. Hopefully we start seeing some actual missions and some actual gameplay and some new footage and videos of what all we can truly expect from the actual gameplay experience of Godfall. So with that, thank you all for watching. Like always, like I said, I have a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of Godfall content getting ready to drop on this channel for these next coming weeks. Like ever since the PlayStation 5 has now got a release date, it is a reality. It's a few months away, I can see it. I'm like, all right, let's get this Godfall content out here. I got a bunch of information, and like I said, if the devs ain't gonna show it, I got some stuff to show. So you can definitely expect quite a bit of Godfall videos these next coming weeks, and really every day this week. So stay tuned for that, because every day I will have another Godfall video for you all on this channel. So other than that, links to all my social media accounts are in the video description. I will catch you all in the next one, and if you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. If you didn't, don't. I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for the love, thanks for the subs, peace.